Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to solve system of linear equations by using substitution method, and the same system of equations I will show how to use elimination method. Okay, in the substitution method what you do is you pick any one of these two equations, take one equation and then solve for x or y. So let me pick the first equation. So the first equation is 2x minus 3y equals to 3. Now I solve for x or y. How do I solve for suppose I want to solve for x, then what should I do first? So I should first add 3y on both sides. So what do you get? You cancel those 3y and 3y, so you get 2x equals to 3 plus 3y, correct? And then what do you get? You divide by 2, right? You divide by both sides by 2, you get 2. So basically you get x equals to 3/2 plus 3/2 y. So you plug in this x value into the second equation. Let's do that. So 5 times x is 3/2 plus 3/2 y, right? And then plus 2y, correct, equals to 17. All right, so how much is that? So 5 times 3, 15/2 plus 15/2 y plus it is 2y equals to 17. So this equation has only y. Now you can solve for y, right? So what should I do? You add these two terms and you subtract 15/2 from both sides. So subtract 15/2, subtract 15/2, what do you get? So this will cancel, right? So 15/2 plus 2y will be, so 15/2, 2 is 4/2, will be 19 over 2y equals to, so 17 minus 15. So 17 is basically 34/2 minus 15/2 will be again 19/2. Did you see that? Now we divide both sides by 19/2 or multiply both sides by 2 over 19. So let's divide by 19/2 and divide by 19/2. So what do you get for y? Y is 1. So you got y equals to 1 there, right? Alright. Now how do I find x? Then you plug in y value, the y equals to 1 in any one of these two equations. Let me plug in the first equation. So you got 2 times x minus 3 times y is 1, right? Equals to 3. So how much is that? 2x minus 3 equals to 3. So you want to add 3 on both sides. So what do you get? You got, this will cancel, 2x equals to 6. Now you divide both sides by 2. You got x equals to 3. So we got x is 3 and then y is 1. That's the solution to this equation. So we are using the substitution method here. Next I want to show you how to use elimination method to solve the same system of equation. Okay, to use the elimination method what you do is so you try to make either x term the same or the y term the same, okay, by multiplying one equation by some number and the other equation by some number. So what I want to do is I want to cancel y terms. To cancel y terms here, so I need a number times y and the same number. I want the same number. So can you multiply 3 by some number and then make it 2? Or can you multiply 2 by some number and then make it 3? No. So what we do is we multiply both equations by different numbers and then get the same value there. Okay, let's try that. So what I want to do here is I want to multiply the first equation by 2 and the second equation by 3. Why? Because if you distribute that 2, it will be like 4x minus 6y. You will get minus 6y on the second term, right? And then if you multiply the second equation by 3, you will get 15x plus 6y. See, there was minus 6y, there is plus 6y, so that you can cancel those. So you should pick the numbers in such a way that you will cancel either x terms or the y terms. Okay, let's do that. So the first equation will be 4x minus 2 times 3 is 6y equals to 2 times 3 is 6. So you multiply, you distribute that 2 for everything there. Okay, next is 3 times 5 is 15x plus 6y equals to 17 times 3 is how much? 51. That's right. Now what you do is you add them, so it's negative 6y and positive 6y add to 0, right? So how much is 4x plus 15x? So this will be 19x equals to 51 plus 6 will be 57. Next what you do is divide by 19, so you get x equals to 3. Okay, so once you get one of the value of x or y, you plug in this to the other equation. So let me plug into the first equation, original first equation. So what you get is 2 times 3 minus 3y equals to 3, right? So 6 minus 3y equals to 3. So what you do, you subtract 6. So you cancel that part. So you will get negative 3y equals to negative 3, because 3 minus 6 is negative 3, right? Then divide by negative 3. You get y equals to negative 3. So you get y equals to, this will cancel 1. So x is 3 and y is 1, which is same as the value of x and y we got from this substitution method. Okay, so you get the same answer for both methods. So the idea is, in the elimination method, you try to cancel the x term or y term. If they are not equal to each other, you multiply the first equation by a number, second equation by another number, and then get those terms equal and the opposite sign. Okay, and then you can cancel. All right guys, thank you. Let me show you a couple examples on how to use a system of linear equations in some real life problems or application problem. The first example is the cost of adult ticket is $5 each and cost of kids ticket is $3 each. In a day, if total 150 tickets were sold, total means the cost, the adult tickets plus the kids ticket, okay, at 550, and the total money they made is 550. So you want to find out how many of each type of ticket were sold. Okay, so for the solution, we assume that so x is number of adult ticket, and then y is number of kids ticket, because those are the two things that you want to find. Okay, I assume that one, x is the number of adult tickets and y is the number of kids ticket. So now, how many were total tickets sold? There were total 150 tickets sold, right? That is 150. So what does that mean in terms of x and y? So that will be x plus y equals to 150. Make sense? Next, how much money they make? $550. That is the money from the kids ticket and the money from the adult tickets, they were added together, right? How much money do they make from adult ticket? Because one adult ticket cost $5, and how many adult tickets did they sell is x many, right? So for one ticket it cost $5, and then if you sell x number of tickets, so the total money you make will be 5x. Similarly, for the kids ticket, one ticket costs $3, and then you sell y number of kids tickets, so that will be 3y. So that is the total money you made from the tickets, and the question gave us the total money is $550, right? So when you add the money from the adult ticket and the kids ticket, you got $550. Now you want to solve these two equations. So you can use elimination method, that's the easiest one, or you can use substitution method too. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so how do we solve these two? So I would multiply the first one by 5, negative 5. If I do negative 5, then you will get negative 5x there, right? So what do you get? Let me write it here. So negative 5x minus 5y equals to 15 times 5 will be negative $750. So because negative 5 times 150 will be negative 750. Similarly, the second equation you write by itself, so it will be 5x plus 3y equals to $550. So you cancel the negative 5x and positive 5x. So what do you get there? So negative 5y plus 3y will be negative 2y equals to negative 750, positive 550 will be 200, right? So what do you do next? You do divide by negative 2. So you get y equals to 100. So basically you got, So y equals to 100, meaning that number of kids ticket were 100. Okay, 100 kids ticket were sold. So you plug in the y value in the first equation. The first equation was x plus y equals to 150. So you plug in that. So x plus 100 equals to 150, right? And then what do you get? You get x equals to 50 because you subtract 100 from both sides. So you get x equals to 150. The number of adult tickets, 50 adult tickets were sold and 100 kids tickets were sold. All right. So in this example, though, what it says is in the direction of the wind, an aircraft can fly 1200 miles in 3 hours. So when the aircraft fly in the direction of the wind, then the net speed of the aircraft will be the speed of the aircraft plus the speed of the wind, because the wind will push the aircraft in the same direction, right? But it takes 4 hours to fly the same distance against the wind. So if the aircraft is flying this direction and if the wind is flowing this direction, right, then the wind will push the aircraft back, try to push the aircraft back. So, but the aircraft will have bigger speed, so it will go forward anyway, but in the less speed. That's why it takes 4 hours. Okay, so you want to find the speed of the wind and the speed of the aircraft. Here again, since you need to find the two things, so you take solution is, let x is the speed of aircraft, and let's say y is the speed of wind. Okay, now what you do is you make equations from this. All right, in the direction of the wind, what is the net speed of the aircraft? Is the speed of the basically what you do is speed of the aircraft or the speed of the engine of the aircraft plus also the wind is pushing the aircraft in the direction of the wind. So y, that is the net speed of the aircraft in the direction of the wind. How many hours does it take? It takes 3 hours. So the speed times the time is equals to the total distance covered, right? So it is 1200. So what you did here is distance covered is equals to speed times the time taken. That's the formula we used here, right? In the direction opposite to the wind, though, the aircraft is flying in the speed of x miles per hour, but the wind is flowing in the speed of negative y, because wind is pushing the aircraft, trying to push the aircraft backward, right? So it is negative y. So that is the net speed of the aircraft, okay? And it takes 4 hours to cover the same 1200 miles, okay? Now we got the two equations. So you want to solve these two equations. So let me distribute this first. So what you get if you distribute, it will be 3x. So 3x plus 3y equals to 1200. And this is 4x minus 4y equals to 1200. Now if you want to use the elimination method, you want to multiply the first equation by, suppose I want to cancel y because there is plus and minus. So I want to cancel y, so I need to make these two numbers same. So what should I do? Yes, you multiply the first by 4 and multiply the second equation by 3. What do you get? Let's see what you get. So you got, so here 12x plus 12y equals to 4 times 12 is it 4800. And then this is also 12x minus 12y equals to 3600. Okay, so you cancel these two. What do you get? It is basically 24x equals to 48 plus 36 is 7200. Okay, now divide both sides by 24. What do you get? So if you divide both sides by 24 and 24 like this, you get x equals to, this will cancel, x equals to 300. So you get x equals to 300. That is the speed of the aircraft. You got x equals to 300. Now you plug in that x value in one of those two equations. It is x. So you can write 300 plus y times 3 equals to 1200. Now I want to multiply both sides by 3. What do you get? So 300 plus y equals to, it will be 400 because that 3 and 3 will cancel, right? Now you subtract 300 on both sides. What do you get? You get y equals to, because that will cancel, y equals to 100. So you got x equals to 300 and y equals to 100, meaning that the airplane is flying at a speed of 300 miles per hour, but the wind is flowing at the speed of 100 miles per hour. So this is how we set up the system of equation first from the given situation, and then we try to solve using either elimination method or substitution method. Thank you guys.